Pokemon community, it's PokePsota here with another episode of some Sword and Shield promo cards. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of my favorite Sword and Shield promo cards. And as you see us, we're on YouTube, PokePsota. We're up to 27 subs, 32 videos. Haven't posted for about a day. Work got caught up with us, but definitely check us out. We'd love to have you as a sub, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. We got some shorts and stuff up there, some different rants and things going on. A few different posts, and shout out to Pokebeard, definitely been giving us some love on here, and then Pokeballer Mike, also a lot of love, appreciate it, happen to be in the same hometown, so it's always good to see Pokeballer Mike out there. I did not catch a restock this week, but I'm hoping Pokeballer Mike did, and can't wait to see it on his video. So let's go ahead and start with this. Now, we're going to look at TCG Player, we're going to look at Sword and Shield promo cards. Now, of course, we've done some of this before, and I've done these exact same ones, but I'm going to show you how buying a box of cards that has a promo card is the way to do it. Okay? Because you know you're at least getting the one hit that's going to be in there. Instead of opening packs up like you're scratching off lottery tickets, you know you're definitely going to have a hit out of these. Okay? Now, of course, tough ones to get. Charizard Staff Release. That's going to be hard. This one right here... This is a super awesome promo card. It was with the stamp collection, I believe, and it's hard to get. It's a tough one to get. You usually have to order that from overseas. Of course, special delivery bit off. That one's on there. The Lugia, the Snorlax, special delivery Pikachu, all those, and those are coming back from when the COVID era and stuff hit. The ones we're going to focus on today are the Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon, Vs and VMAXs. Those are the ones we're really going to talk about today. Now, we're going to go to the first one. We got the Vaporeon VMAX. Now, this one, near mint hollow, $67. Okay? So we're going to go through some of these and just kind of look at it. We got some of the data here on the charts. Our filters, we're going to show near mint. Do not show listing with photos, just because it makes it nuts. You're going to see all these are starting to go for right around that $60 mark. Okay. Now these boxes came with the V and the VMAX promo for each of Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon. These cards now, when you combine both of them, are well worth over $100. These boxes are selling for $150 to $200. They come with 6 packs. They come with the jumbo card, that's the VMAX. They come with the V and the VMAX regular card. They're the Sword and Shield promos. So are these a good buy? I really think they are. These are unbelievably good cards. Now the thing with these cards though, being a promo, they can have a crease on each of the sides because of being clamped in there into the plastic wrapping. Now when we look again at these, you're going to notice that the sales data on these, they're only selling a few of these per day. There was a huge day right there, 27 sold. So I don't know, market manipulation there or not, but you're seeing anywhere from about 5 to 10 of these being sold per cycle here. Usually it's a 2 or 3 day cycle, but they're definitely up there for sale and they're being sold. There are 23 listings of these available. Now, when you look at these and a PSA 10, they're selling for $430. This one, that's a pretty good price. Definitely not it. That's a trainer gallery. That's December 25th. Now, latest sale on this one is sold December 15th. Buy it now at $430. The buy it now we usually like to look at because the bidding or the auctions, they can really fluctuate a little bit. Sometimes you can get a really hot auction, sometimes you get a really low one. So, very good card, $430. Grading in a 10 is very tough. Okay, and you're going to notice these numbers over here. In a 10, 176 of them. In a 9, 215. So when you look at that, you're going to see that there's a difference of, and actually, you know, when you take that, you have the 176 that are going to grade into 10, and then 8 you have 60, and then you have 215 that are going to grade into your 9 category. So when you look at it all in all, you have 451 of these are graded. And so when you look at the 451, you're hitting about a 40% PSA 10 mark on those. Now the next one's going to be the Vaporeon V. This is going to be about a $60 card again. You're going to see sales on these varying from about 6 to 10 of these getting sold every time. We're going to look at some of the data. We're going to check out the near mint, no photos. Now we go through these, you're going to see this is selling for about $50 is what it is. Now, this card, just like the other one, it's selling pretty good. And then on eBay here, you're going to see these selling for $500. February 4th was the last sale, and we've sold some of these before. A pair for $850, January 26th, $520 right here. Now, when we look at these again, you're going to see there's 62 in a 10, 88 that are going to be in a 9. Then you have 22 of those that are going to be into an 8. Okay, so you have about 172 cards that are graded, that are up here, that have recently been sold. So of the 172 cards that you look at it, about a 36% PSA 10 hit rate. Now the Jolteon V, this is one that usually sells a little bit lower, $42 right here on the PSA, or not the PSA, but the near mint raw, and you're going to see the sells these a little bit lower. It's anywhere from about $3 to $5, and you've seen this go up a little bit, roughly about $5 to $6 since Christmas, but this one's starting to level out a little bit. When we go some more sales data on here, I should have had all these clicked on before. You're going to see $42, $42, $36, $38. Any major sales? 2. Nothing that's a ton of people. The other thing too on this is there's 48 listings of this available. Now when this grades out as a 10 on PSA, you're going to see $480, $475 February 9th, $375 February 3rd. That's a pretty good deal on it. $500. Okay. Now looking at these two, you're going to see that there's 51 of these in a 10. Okay. Then you have 77 of these in a 9 and 12 of these in an 8. So typically you're getting that roughly that 9 or 10 grading. Now, when you look at that though, you're going to see there's about 140 cards of this that are up there that are available or have recently sold. And of that 140 cards, you're going to have about a 36% hit rate on that 10. Okay, so you're noticing anywhere from about that 36 to 40% hit rate on these. Now, the Jolteon VMAX, $50 for about your average one. There's 77 of these that are still listed. Okay, now when we go to the data on these, you're going to see that these are consistently selling for about that $50 mark is what it is. You get a few sales up there at 60, but sometimes it's starred sellers that are selling those. Now the current market on these, as you see, it's gotten up to close to $60 and it's steadily went down. So right around 50 is where it's settling. If we go to that Christmas mark, you're going to see that this one was about a $52. So it's back around where it was. Now this one though, however, when you get it in a PSA 10, $380, okay, $350, $340, $320, $320. This is the card that generally sells for the least amount in a PSA 10. Now you're probably wondering, why is that? Well, you have 140 in a PSA 10 you can see over here. Then you have 173 of them in a PSA 9. And we always include the PSA 8 because a PSA 10 to a PSA 8, there's not a lot of difference between those. So you have about 351 cards that are right there that have been sold recently. And of those 351, you're going to have about a 40%, 39.8% hit rate on a 10. We go to the Flareon. This one is $45 raw. Whenever I sold these in a PSA 10, this one always sold for the least amount. Okay, the Flareon VMAX, it wasn't a big hitter. A lot of people seemed like they didn't like it. This one, the sales on it are going to fluctuate to 1 item sold, 2 or 3 items sold. This one just never has been a big seller. 69 of these available. When we go to the more data on these, we're going to see that the sales are very consistent around that $40 mark. It's a huge outlier right here, but a $40 mark is what you typically are going to have. Sales of 1, mostly, sometimes 2. Now this one, when you look at it in the PSA 10, it's still around that $330 mark right here, $875, but that's in a pristine 10 from CGC. Those always score higher. 310, 309, 325. This is going to be right around that 320 to 310 mark when you put it in a PSA 10. Now looking at it, you have 134 of these that are going to be in a 10, okay? And then you have 157 of these that are going to be in a 9 and 31 that are going to be in an 8 for about 322 cards. Now, the 322 cards, you're going to have about a 42% hit rate on the PSA 10. Now, go to the last one here. We have Flareon. Okay, the Flareon V. This is my favorite one, nestled up at the fireplace. It's a very appealing card. This one is really hard to grade, and like all of these Sword and Shield ones from 179 to 184, they all have terrible centering. They'll have thick borders, either left to right, typically not top to bottom, but left to right or right to left. This one's a $46 card. 71 of these are up there for listings. We're going to go with some more of this data, and we're going to check out the near mint. And you're going to see it's going to sell for typically around that $40 mark, some 36 sales. Those are super recent. Some Valentine's Day sales here, about the $43, $37 mark. This one's still a pretty darn good card to get for about that $40 mark. The problem is, though, is when we've graded this one has graded the hardest. We've had less PSA 10s of this card than we have of any other. Now, when we go to the PSA 10 of this one, you're going to see it for, let's see if we got any, $520. It's the only sale of $500. Going through some, we're trying to find some more of these. They don't sell very often. $700 on that one. Holy smokes. Now, when we look at this, you're going to see there's 973 of these that are graded in a 10 that were sold, and 472 out of 9. Okay? So, crazy is what you're seeing right there, but you're seeing a graded 10. It's not including just those cards. You have a 10 right here that's included, a 10 right here that's included, a 10, a 10. So it's not including all of those. So let's see if we can clean that up a little bit. There we go. We got 47 of these to 72. Okay. Now, when we got 47 out of 10, you got 72 out of 9, then you got 21 and 8, you have 140 cards right there. And 47, and you're going to be at that 140 total, you're going to be at a 33% hit rate on a 10. Okay. Now, is that a tough one to hit? Absolutely. But you'll notice the raw prices at 9, the raw price versus the PSA 9 price. The PSA 9 prices on these are actually pretty high too. The one thing about a PSA 9 set of all 6 of these cards, you can usually sell for anywhere from $300 to $400. Okay. Now, when we look at these cards, you're going to see that you have a lot of different things going on with the sets that are on there. So let's check out some of those. Now, you get those, the EV Evolutions Premium Collection box, you're going to notice the selling on this. $525 for a set of 3. See if we can find any more. Let's go through all the prismatic stuff. We're going to have to redo our search. Let's see. Alright, so here we go. Let's get the ones that are sold. And we used to buy these, like I said, for $175 for the set of 3. As low as that, but typically $250 is what I wouldn't go over. And even as early as last April, we're talking 10 months ago, this was selling for right around $300 for the set of 3. $525, $600, $540, $500, $510. When you look at these and think these are crazy prices, inside each one of these, you have the 2 promos. Okay, so it's $100, $100, $100, $300 right there, and then the jumbo cards sell for anywhere from $20 to $30. So you say $350 in promos right there. Then you have the 18 packs. You have 2 Evolving Skies that are in here, so it's really not a terrible deal. $500, $450, $450. It's a really good price. Whoever got that one, that's really good bang for your buck. If you can find these anywhere, any of these boxes for less than $150 each, they're worth buying. These are a great investment. So that's kind of the Sword and Shield Sunday that we have going on for the promo cards. One last thing I want to talk about was a bunch of people on some of the Pokemon groups I follow. This was the drop on Valentine's Day on Friday for the GameStop locations. You're going to see these booster boxes, how many they had. So this place opened, it had 2 available, 12 available, 81 available. Pretty dang good right there. Oh, we'll go on there. Then we have 12 available. I don't know why it's not clicking over. 12 available, 81 available, 3 available. Limit of 2 per person, 53 available. And I know they said a limit of 2 per person. Most of them, though, were a limit of 2. They just didn't write it on there. 18 available. 53 available at this one. 30 available at this one. Alright, so kind of crazy there. Some different GameStop stuff that you see on there. A lot of them have booster models available, but that's what I got today for Sword and Shield Sunday. If you got any questions, comment down below. Let me know if you think these are a good play. If you have these cards, are they worth keeping sealed? Are they worth opening? We opened all the ones that we had. We have I think one set left sealed, but they really grade out kind of tough, about a 40% grade mark in a PSA 10. But a set of these, all of them in the 10, is roughly worth close. I've had sales I've seen of this. I personally haven't. We sold a set of these for $1,100. It would have been 15 months ago, and that was a steal at the time. But a set of these is going to sell for anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500, I believe. It's a great set. $3,000 would not surprise me. So remember, give us a like, give us a subscribe, check us out on PokePsota, and thanks again. Have a great Sunday, everybody.